How many are we looking at of Conservative rebels in Theresa May's party?
Good morning, Belle. That's right. Before Theresa May can do anything more with her deal or go to Brussels to speak with Mr Barnier, she has to lock down the support within her own party. She is fighting off this possible vote of no confidence. And on the latest tally, bear in mind it's 48 letters needed to trigger that vote of no confidence. It's reckoned that about 42 people have submitted those letters. Now, 25 MPs have done so publicly, tweeting out images of them, and 17 are said to have done so in private if they're all telling the truth. So we're looking at about 6 or so letters needed to go in to trigger that vote of no confidence. And I think Tory MPs on the backbenches will have been watching over the weekend, their successor possibly coming out in the shape of Dominic Raab or Boris Johnson, who's written in the papers today that he once again has a plan for Brexit, but there's not much new in that. So it's whether or not they can see a viable candidate who could take over from May. I think that will be the reason that more letters start to go in today. And the man that's receiving them all is Graham Brady. He's the chairman of the Tory 1922 committee. Here's what he's had to say about it all.
How soon would you reveal had you received those 48 letters? Well,
it's very clear in the rules of the party intended to be an expeditious thing. It's a nonsense when people suggest that anybody would hang around. But as you know, I don't comment on the substance of it.
Who would be the first person you would tell once you received 48?
Would be the Prime Minister.
Well, there'll be all eyes then on whether or not he does get those letters today. But to try to avert this, the Tory Brexiteers in the cabinet, Andrea Leadsom and the other sort of pizza planners, as they're called, will be meeting in a couple of hours to try to talk about what the Prime Minister could get from Brussels beyond this deal to try to stop it falling into chaos.
And whilst they're meeting, Theresa May's also meant to be meeting UK business leaders. What can we expect from that?
That's right, the Prime Minister and Jeremy Corbyn will both be addressing the CBI business conference, and the Prime Minister is going to be talking up what her deal delivers that she thinks Brexiteers want. So, control over borders, control over money and laws, and also being able to bring in talent from around the world. It will be a skills-based approach, bringing in people from the Commonwealth, but Jeremy Corbyn is going to say he would get a better deal in the time allowed from Brussels, that there aren't the protections for environment and workers' rights, and that he wants more of a single market access option and a customs union with the EU. But really there are questions for him now, because he was challenged over the weekend on how he'd vote in any possible second referendum, and he said he didn't know. So I think the Prime Minister will try to take aim at Jeremy Corbyn for that response.